Recently, we've been labeled as a bro podcast, and that made us realize that we might need to rebrand ourselves. For the marketing purposes, we need a bit more estrogen in our show. Now, we all know that women in the workplace are there only to provide that sexual tension. Okay, don't cancel me out. I'm just kidding. Women and men are equal and exactly the same. We all know that. But really, who to invite better to balance this out than my former colleague, my prodigy colleague, my dear friend with whom I shared the office like 3-4 years ago. We ran the massive project together. And as for now, she has already an insane amount of experience in tech and customer support. And let me introduce this person to you. Hi, Nutsa. How have you been? I'm glad you're here in my podcast, and it's been a while.
Yeah, hello, Nutsa. It's good to have you to Modern 9 to 5, and finally someone who's smarter than Levin on this podcast.
Well, I thought we agreed not to say that part, but no, anyways. She's pretty smart.
Why am
I said what I
first
said.
girl here?
Why are you the first? First of all, how do you know that? Have you been watching us?
Of course. I have been following your podcast since day one.
That makes me even more proud. Really, so happy.
I'm honored to be here.
But yeah, we don't know that many smart women. we're gonna cut this out again now. But really, first person came to my mind when we already realized that we needed that female energy and successful women, especially in the tech. You can take that as a compliment. So here you are, Nutsa.
Thank you for letting me take that as a compliment.
Nutsa, let's just jump right into it. And obviously, I know what you have been up to for this last few years, but our listener doesn't, and neither does Rezi.
True.
So let me start off with this question. You remember we had so much fun in the 4 years ago in Teleperformance, in the BPO company, where we have been working for the giant clients such as TikTok, Apple. I don't even care about the compliance right now because I no longer work for them. So we've been working to these giant companies, we've been providing them with customer care and what was the name of the TikTok? Content moderation services as well. Yeah. Anyways, so we've been managing these large projects and we had a super friendly and amazing environment. And we actually wanted to go to work during a short period of time. It was one of those unusual situations where people really, really love their job. Not job, like their company and their culture and then their environment in the workplace. So do you miss that sometimes? Has it gone better, worse since then? Since 2021, what have you been up to? I know that you've changed a few companies. Have you stayed in the same area, same industry, or have you been switching from companies to company?
Oh, those are a lot of questions. I'm not sure I remember
Feel
all
free
of
to
them.
go on your pace.
To begin with the first one, I do miss our times together. And especially, I do miss the team and the people who I worked with.
It's the best team.
Yeah. We had a lot of great things together, like time we spent, the things that we solved and the things we did and places where we went. And yeah, it's just one of the best memories of where I connected with people who I worked with. So yeah, I do miss that time.
It was definitely, I agree with about it that the team was amazing, except our boss for sure, who is going to be our next guest, by the way. It's going to be so much fun talking to him after all this time. But yeah, what have you been up to after Majorel, as it was named back then? Right now it's called Teleperformance. I know that you've been into SmartSoft, is the name?
Yeah, I actually changed 2 industries and 2 companies since then. I worked for SmartSoft for more than 2.5 years. That's the branded version of that industry is called iGaming. So that you hear gaming first, but it's actually gambling. Like
I confess, I misunderstood it the first time. Like iGaming, it still relates to real gaming, video games, stuff like that. But it's not. It's not real.
That's why they are like all the companies in gambling and casinos are actually branding themselves as iGaming companies. Yeah.
True.
Less negative connotations, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
And after SmartSoft, I have been working for more than a year at TripleTen. TripleTen is an online bootcamp. I currently work for US market with colleagues from all over the world. If you don't know about TripleTen, it's an EdTech company, which means that we are education provider, but we are private company, and we have tech bootcamps. That means we teach people new professions and help them transition to a new career paths. It could be something like data science, cybersecurity, software engineering, and stuff like that.
That sounds pretty cool. One of our mission in this podcast, even though we're joking a lot, like the real original idea of this podcast was to help young people kind of improve their lives professionally, how to navigate in nowadays ever-growing situation in the corporate life. So that sounds like one of the options that they have, right? So they could just, if they don't like their current job, they could just come to you. And how guaranteed is this? How real is this? Do you think your company is providing this? Do you really change people's lives? Like, that's my question.
Yeah, it does. Like you're provided with all the tools that you need. You are provided with very good learning material, which is developed by masterminds behind that. And you also have very best technical tools, like you have AI helper, you have like AI project reviewer and that kind of stuff. But you also have a lot of help. Like you have a learning coach, you have career coach, and you also have an instructor, like someone who helps you understand that very complex tech concepts or helps you just navigate through this very difficult material. And the guarantee is actually put in with the product promise that if you don't get a job after graduating during 10 months, you get your money back. So if you really study and if you are really interested in something and you use all of that to your advantage, then it's worth it. Like our track record is just proving that. We have 87% success rate, like 80% of our graduates actually get a job.
So all these people who tried to switch their profession, they found new job.
Yes.
80% of them.
Yes.
That's a very good offer. My question is, since you changed so many jobs in pretty fast, as I suppose, was it because you were searching something new, or is it because of the salary, or actually what is something that is driving you?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. And on every decision that I have made, there were a lot of factors. Like there is not a single thing that I can say that was contributing to my decision. Well, I changed jobs just generally because I wanted to grow. And for example, in Majorel, you of all people know that you can be just stuck in one department and in one role for years. Like a lot of people there worked for more than 5 years, which is just
that's true. That's
very
true. But I think
me.
like the specific in terms of customer support in general, it's like once you hit certain threshold, like once you get that senior manager position, then it's very tough to move above from that.
Yeah.
But I think like if you start from the very beginning, the entry level, it's quite easy actually to get promoted, you know, from customer support to team lead, from team lead to operations, you know, even that happens pretty frequently. But But I agree that one of the reasons why I quit was that it's pretty tough to jump from that senior level management to top level management.
That's
Exactly.
not what your reasons why you quit. You were just searching for something new. You started your MBA. That was one of the main reasons. That was
Obviously,
something that
know
you
better
really
than me.
wanted.
But
What
why
I
did
want.
you start MBA? Like you wanted to grow, obviously,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. That's the point, right? But we're jumping from topic to topic. Okay,
So I was talking about why I changed so many jobs, and the reason is that more you get on top, like more you grow, it's harder to actually get employed to a higher role and climb that ladder, so to say. So the easier way to just raise your salary or get better role in your career path is just to leave and start a new job. Because if you have track record of solving other businesses' problems, and you can prove that on whatever it says, it's just much easier. Like it would be easier for me to get a title of head of operations at SmartSoft than stay at Majorel and who knows when to get higher role than operations manager.
makes perfect sense. Please talk a little bit more about your time in SmartSoft. Obviously, this new job that you have is way, way cooler. But
Yes, it is.
I just want to hear about your emotions and feelings working in the gambling company, because we can tell that you don't really enjoy that industry very much.
Yeah, like I told myself that I did. Like I told myself that the money that I was making was for greater good, to grow myself and to just
Ends
use
justify
it.
the means.
Yeah, of course. But in the end, it was really exhausting because I didn't have a purpose. Like I didn't have something that I was passionate about, and it was really hard to also motivate other people there. Like I was head of operations. I had people and teams reporting to me.
Since you were not sincere, how to motivate
Exactly, but also like what are you going to tell people? Like what are they working on?
Right. So that was something that even you didn't
Make
believe
people
in.
lose
and
more
Yeah.
money.
How
Something
can
like
you
that.
make someone believe if you don't?
Yeah, exactly.
Were you in charge of like customer service operations or?
Yes, I was. When I got there, there was team named technical support and just one email that was the customer support, and I built customer service from scratch, and that I also managed team of project managers that were working on those games, working on those digital programs, so to say, and I also worked on some large scale projects like getting ISO certification and like more
Internal
strategic
audits and
projects.
stuff,
Yeah,
right.
exactly. And yeah, I left when actually company went into a major transition, which was Agile transformation. And I got to work on that hands-on. Like I was personally involved in that transformation. But when I asked myself the question, like, why is this happening? And the Agile teams are like that have that spirit that you are working on something meaningful. And I was just, I couldn't answer anything. I couldn't
So
tell
on the
anything to
philosophical
myself.
level, you were not really satisfied with what you have been doing. You know, improving service is fun when it's for something really meaningful, I guess.
Yeah, and I underestimated how much energy you need to go against yourself and your own nature, and you actually need a lot of energy to do that. Like you're anxious all the time, like you
You're
are
questioning
scared.
your
Yeah,
existence, I guess.
exactly, exactly. Yeah.
But you still managed to overcome that, right?
Yeah, I just told myself that, well, basically, I was looking for another job like that. I started like everyone else again. And TripleTen appeared very quickly. Like, magically found the job and got the interview, and my manager just hired me. She's actually a brilliant woman in tech. And yeah, I when I already had that thing like waiting for me, so to say, it was easier for me to make a decision. But the hard thing was to say no to that title.
Head of operations.
Yeah, and managing a lot of
feeds
teams
the ego really well.
Exactly. But I discovered that being operations manager at TripleTen, you can learn much more than as head of operations at Georgia because US operating companies are totally different thing.
Yeah, the standard of delivery is definitely different in comparison of, countries such as ours and somewhere in US. I've been also working for the last 8 months in the American company, so I should know, even though they like to work a little bit too much.
Yes, they do.
But it's so good to hear that you found something that you find meaningful right now, and you don't have this anxiety where you're never sure about what you're doing. Is it right? Is it wrong? Where your priorities are, like what percentage does the money have in your priorities? What percentage the environment itself? And then I would ask, this last one is probably, is it meaningful? Like when you go back home and you look in the mirror, like did you do something that fulfills you as a person? That's a very important question to ask yourself, right? Because like you said, it's very difficult to motivate yourself sometimes when you don't think you're doing anything important. Okay, staying on the topic of the TripleTen, because it sounds like a really, really cool company. Maybe you'll give me a referral one day. Because as of now, currently I'm jobless. I just quit a week ago.
What?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not made for this American pace.
What made you leave Deel?
Well, I frankly...
They heard that he hates UK.
Well, they also hate UK, so that's not quite it.
No one hates UK as much as you do.
What I really hate is I don't want to say anything bad, So maybe we'll leave
maybe
this
they heard your
topic for them.
podcast. Maybe they
They are like listening to my podcast. Well, for the record, Deel is an amazing company. It's really, really cool. And in the 8 months of working for them, I learned more than, my last 5 years in different companies, such as even Revolut and even Teleperformance. And during my time in the UK while doing MBA, I would still say these 8 months working for Deel was more rewarding than all of those experiences combined. And mostly because of the pace and the team that I was working with. Everyone was like, I'm not the most humble person, so it's going to sound a little bit strange from me, but everybody in our team was smarter than me in many ways, like more intelligent
I do
people.
believe that. For the record, I do believe that.
Get out of here, man. But really, like, one of them is teaching mathematics in Spain. Another one is data wizard. And then there's another one. And they were all different. They had different skill sets. And then this another one is master communicator. And my boss was excellent project manager. Like, our team would consistently get the highest praising on every 6 month offsites, whatever, we've been a famous department. Well, and if the question is why I left this team, is that in order for me to perform at that level, as my team members were, I needed to be either very passionate about my job, because it would take me twice effort to get to that level, because for some people it comes quite naturally, as we discussed. And my boss very frankly and very manly explained this to me that, I'm happy with what you're doing. Everybody likes you. You're a hard worker. You seem to be motivated all the time. My question would be, is this something you're comfortable to work with all the time? Because that's the way it is here. It's not going to change. So if somebody's doing the same job, you're doing it in less hours, and if it takes you 10 hours, obviously this job might be, not the best option for you. So that got me thinking. Then I took 2 weeks off. I did a nice summer vacation, had some reflective sessions to myself, and that's where I realized then maybe I'm not utilizing my skills for my best interest, and I decided to quit. Now I'll be focusing more into stuff that I enjoy, something like this type of production.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's at least
more
you've been
social.
really honest.
And quite frankly, even though most people like yourself, we had this discussion before, fancy remote work environment, I don't. I think it's made for people who have excellent organizational skills and who can manage their time really well. That has never been my strength. So I need a more clear structure. Like I need something to start and something to end, and I don't need this, sitting in front of laptop from morning to night.
And I think that brings us to the next question, Nutsa, since Levon is saying that type of pressure was maybe too much for him. What about you? Since you also work
that's a
lot
question.
of hours, how do you balance your other part of your life, which is not work life?
Yeah, I love working remotely, and I agree that it's not for everyone. But I'm advocating freedom at a workplace, and I myself enjoy that freedom that I have. And I love working remotely because I kind of hate that, I don't know, chit chat and wasting
small
time.
talks. You never liked
at an
it,
office.
I remember.
And
The
yeah,
face-to-face talks?
No,
a
it's
thing
just
about her. She's
time
very
in the
introverted.
office.
She's very introverted. So how do you live with those small talks in the beginning of the video calls? The cringy stuff that everybody hates.
I'm silent,
yes.
obviously.
Or you don't even turn on your camera.
I do, and I have my bitch face on.
Oh my God, yeah. For me, yeah, that's where we actually see like how different people actually are, right?
Yeah. Joking aside, I really love working remotely because it gives me opportunity to do rest of the things outside work that I love. For example, I get up in the morning. I'm not in a hurry. I get my sleep. I go to yoga.
That's the
I
good part.
cook, and yeah, just I clean my house, and I just have time to do other things. And in summer, when I was outside the city, I had pleasure to, get a tan and lie on the beach. And then in the evening, I just worked because in the evening, I didn't have anything else to do.
I never understood this. How do you, I know that some people do manage that. Like whenever I try to take my laptop to beach or in an environment, like in a public place.
No, you don't do that.
Exactly.
No.
Like I cannot operate like this.
I never take my laptop to the beach. But I go to, I don't know, somewhere like Sioni, and I dedicate like first 8 hours of morning, like first half of the day, doing things I want. I go to the lake. I do, I don't know, I eat and stuff like that.
Oh,
then
okay. So
sit
you
down.
like that you don't have a schedule and you can manage your own time.
Yeah, and I can work like 10 hours a day sometimes when it's raining outside, but I can also work 4 hours a day when it's sunny outside.
You're self-managing your time.
You should never blend those things. Like you should never take laptop to a place where you are supposed to
my teammates have been doing that all the time, and I was so surprised. I don't know how they, but it's not like they've been very efficient. Some guys would just jump into calls from airports. They are traveling all the time. That's the way they like these digital people.
That's hard to believe. Like when you are doing something that you don't enjoy, like at the airport, for example, what are you supposed to do at the airport? So you might as well work, right? But when you are with your friends and when you are somewhere where you want to enjoy yourself, like why work there?
Yeah,
Why
I
bring
get it.
your laptop?
Completely agree. But still, I could never work from airport as much as I hate sitting there. Like
Why?
I'm unable to focus in certain types of environment. Like the noise gets to me all the time. I have I don't know if I'm classic ADHD. That's the name, right? Like the attention deficit disorder, whatever. Probably I have it.
You definitely have it.
Yeah, I do have it, right? So maybe that's why it wasn't the best. I'm not best suited for remote environment. I get distracted very easily in the environment. In the office, it's always different. Like you have your focus time. You need something from people. You're just gonna talk.
Yeah,
drain
that's
people's
the
energy.
crazy part. I think you waste more time at
In
the
the
office,
right?
than at home. Yeah.
You know what I like to do? I like to waste other people's time. In the office.
I know you
remember
do.
that.
Yeah. I know
Yeah, it's
you do.
not how much you raise; it's about getting them to your level, right? So if you can. But
That
really,
is
it's
really
fun.
mean.
I
That's
really miss
really
the
mean.
office job, to be honest. And spoiler alert: I'm gonna be in the office very soon. Because I already found a new job, but I don't want to say where and when. So it's cool. Anyways,
of
I wanted to go into a bit more details about TripleTen, and then we can jump to another topic. It seems like a really cool company, like I said. What I don't understand, how does it operate technically? Is it a platform? What do you guys? So let's say I want to use your service. How do I do it?
It's a learning platform. So obviously, when you sign up, you get access to this tool that we have created. It's an learning tool, so to say, and most of the things are like learning material is reading heavy. Like you just read from the textbook, so to say, which is available digitally on our platform. And you have exercises like practical things, projects, and basically when you go through this bootcamp, you also collect works for your portfolio. Like you get to work on actual technical problems and showcase it for potential employer. And as a package with all of that, like there are exercises, there are things to read, there are things to watch. You also get help, like support as this package deal. So you have learning coach who is
Like personal one?
like a human person who is actually assigned to you when you're a student at TripleTen. And they help with stuff like time management and getting on track, always being on track, just motivating you or just helping you navigate TripleTen, like how platform works, where you can see where your tutor hours are or any other learning and community events. We also have career coach. Career coach is helping students to get a job. So they work with students on cover letters, mock interviews.
It really does sound
yeah.
like an online university, because
It
some of the
is
stuff
at
that
some
you
level,
described.
yeah. It is at some level, but you get this as personalized as possible. Like at university, you are part of this big group of students, and I'm not sure if you are assigned specific people to you, but at TripleTen, you get kind of tailored
Mentors,
support
coaches,
and mentorship, exactly. And you can also actually book one-on-one session with instructor, and our instructors have like this massive experience. They work in U.S. market, and they are like the best of the best. And so it's really cool to actually speak someone face to face who is actually successful in that field, like famous data scientist, someone who works, I don't know, Amazon, Alexa AI. I have one of the experts who work there. And imagine you're just speaking with that person.
Do these people work like as a part-time lecturers?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, they do. I manage team of experts. So I manage the community support side of the product. And I personally hire those experts for specific programs. And yeah, they work part-time.
Awesome.
They enjoy teaching. Most of them are very enthusiastic about teaching. So yeah, that's how you...
That sounds really good. And at the end, you need to like pass an exam or something.
You
like
need to
that?
graduate, and in order to graduate, you need to complete milestones that are on the platform. Like you need to submit a project, and you need to get it approved, and you have specific time. That's the important thing. So we work on, like, we call it sprints. Like those are 2-week periods when you have to complete specific topics, like for example, spreadsheets in business intelligence analytics, and you have 2 weeks to complete spreadsheets, and you need to just be on time. You need to submit your project, you need to do all the exercises, and if you do that successfully, then you just graduate from TripleTen.
Then the TripleTen has the obligation to get you hired in the next 10 months.
Yes, and when you sign up as a student, you get money back guarantee that is valid for US for people who have permits to work in US. So if you graduate from TripleTen on time and won't be able to find a job within 10 months, you get your money back.
Is this available to our country, your services?
You can sign up, but you won't be able to get your money back because that is valid for US market.
Only you need to work permit to work on that local market. That kind of sucks, but it's still an amazing opportunity for people. You know, when you get either money guaranteed or the new job.
Yeah, it is. And some of the experts that I have hired are, we call them teaching assistants, who were actually our graduates, and then they decided to help other students. So I hired them as teaching assistants. They actually teach the profession they have learned. And they are people who have so interesting stories. Like one of them was door-to-door salesperson, and now is business analyst. And she's so passionate about data and numbers and everything. And like she's so happy that she now has opportunity to teach. So yeah, it's really cool.
So yeah, you guys do change lives. Maybe not everyone's, but seems like it's an excellent service. We did have something similar in Deel, like not in terms of learning or something, but when Deel gets new client, those clients need to be onboarded to their platform. So like some of the stuff that you described was very similar. Like they need to understand how the platform works, and like there's an assigned onboarding manager to them. Yeah. The difference would be you guys are actually teaching them because they need to graduate from it. Yeah, that's quite exciting. Such a nice idea to start a business, but it scares me in a way that it really, like this one-on-one coachings, the career support, like all of these things are a very common practice in the universities. You know, people go to the universities like myself to find better job in the future, right? And then you get this one-on-one coachings besides all the materials you learn. But it seems like more self-serve in TripleTen's.
Yeah, it is async. That means you don't have to be somewhere at certain time. Like lectures are usually organized on certain times, and you just need to be there. And with us, you can just work whenever you have time. You are required to dedicate about 7 to 10 hours per week to stay on track, and that's it. But you do that on your own pace, and no one is pressuring you to go to the lecture at 10 a.m.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for more responsible people, more organized people.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
brings us back.
And you don't need exam to
for
getting
adults.
there. Like it
True,
is
that's such a good
beginner
word.
friendly. Like you don't need prior experience. You don't need to do well in maths. You don't need anything. You just need will
You're
to
starting
learn.
from fresh, and
Yeah.
you either learn or you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that's the future of education? Like, is that the way
that's
to
a
go?
big question.
Because it sounds like it might replace one or two universities I know.
Yeah, I think that traditional method or institutions for getting education maybe be phasing out slowly. I guess some brands will still hold power just because they have
Community-based, yeah.
names. Yeah, but you can just learn a lot today from a boot camp, from an online course. You can just learn yourself using
But,
AI.
yeah, I mean, you can basically learn anything nowadays
Yes.
for free. But what I
Yes.
like about this TripleTen is that they give you some sort of guarantees.
Yes,
that's
babysitting.
the game changer in
Yeah.
my understanding. Yeah.
And has it ever happened that someone requested a refund?
Of course, it
Probably
happens all the
those
time.
20%, right? Or roughly 20%, you said. Because
No,
80%
that's the
graduate.
employment rate. So refunds could be like a lot. Like there are a lot of people who request refunds.
Even though they found the job?
No.
If they were unable
they could
to.
be anywhere in their journey. They
They don't go, like, they don't graduate fully.
exactly. They just don't go through
it-
with them.
Okay, it
And,
might
and
stop
what's
in
what's
the
the
middle.
policy there? Do you guys do such refunds or?
You can drop out at any time. You don't get you don't get money back for the time that you have learned, but you get money that
You
you
don't pay
haven't
fully.
paid yet
Okay,
if
got
you
it.
have subscription model or whatever it's called. I'm not sure.
So you're just basically canceling your journey, right?
Yeah, but you have to have a reason, so to say. Like, you have to, for example, there are personal, matters. Someone is changing.
What if you realize that you
location or
can't really
something.
learn this thing? Is it a valid reason, or is that considered as a cheating? I don't know.
We usually let people quit. It's not correct word, but I guess in that case, someone will come to you and will speak to you and will try to convince you to switch to an easier bootcamp.
Okay.
For example, data science is quite tech heavy. Like it's really complex, but business intelligence analytics is something that you probably can do. Like,
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
You mean like everyone, yeah?
yeah, I mean everyone.
Right, that is really interesting. Yeah, I guess it's just like Levon mentioned, that word I really liked. I mean, that is something for adults who really can handle themselves. They know what they want. Okay, they are applying. Yeah.
Yeah, that brings me, like, considering this really looks like a future of learning and development, that brings me to my next question. Obviously, you remember we've been chatting a lot 3-4 years ago about doing the higher education. You and I.
Yeah.
That's when that's when we were stuck in our positions, and we've been brainstorming what are the best options to get promoted, find a cooler, higher position, higher paying job, something like that. So ironically, I did the MBA and you didn't. And I remember that you also wanted, if not less, if not more than me. So what happened? What made you decide not to do it and just go this path that you've been doing? Are you happy? Do you think it was the best possible outcome for you to just switch the jobs and put this higher education on hold? Do you still want to do it? What do you think? Just walk me through your mind.
Yeah.
And then I can tell you if I regret it or not.
Okay, yeah, I'm really curious about that. But to answer your question, I'm still thinking about it. I just kind of want to do it. I
Still
don't
wanna do it?
Yes, I do. I'm just curious. Like at that time when we spoke about that, I felt kind of stuck, and I felt stuck several times on my career path, and every time something that a voice in my head said that you need higher education, like you need master's degree, because that's what people tell you. Like not
That's
people,
how we
but
grew up, our generation.
yeah, exactly.
So it's just because
And
it was implemented in your mind that you
I
need
think so.
to.
I think so, yeah. And that's why I was asking you at that time what you thought, and I'm really curious how that worked out for you. For me,
Not much.
It worked out pretty well.
yeah, because I was able to actually get promoted to a different company and now work for an international company on U.S. market. I currently don't see that need, so to
Yeah,
say, in my life at this moment. But I'm really thinking about it. Like I am thinking about it in a sense to do something with my free time and just to learn something new.
I'm
but
just
I'm
gonna
not
go on
sure.
free time to the masters. That's
Yeah,
so
exactly.
fun.
Part-time masters, exactly.
Yes.
Masters,
What do you do on
right?
free time? I do masters.
Exactly.
Oh, I've met some
Yes.
people who do that.
Yes, but yeah, the
She's that kind, by the way. She's like she's
I'm a
into-
learning nerd. Yeah.
Yeah, she likes
Oh,
to
that's
read.
perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean,
So yeah, how has
It's not
has
what
it
you
been for
expect.
you?
Like I think like I told you in the beginning, like the original idea of this podcast was to somehow help people understand better what it's like to live abroad, do the masters. Does it help you? What value does it provide to you? Do you really want to work to those fancy companies that in your mind seem like it's kind of connected to success in a lot of people's mind? My experience has been a little bit different. You know, it was really cool to have this journey in the different country, in this case, United Kingdom, and mostly because you get to hang out with really, really cool and smart people. Again, that's the biggest experience you get. It's not about, you can learn finance on your own times. You can learn whatever, strategic, there are all sorts of free courses nowadays in Harvard, in Wharton. You can do this online and you can get an understanding of the different topics in the business. But what you don't get to do is working in this real life consulting projects in diverse teams, which is like the really, really cool thing to do. It changes your perspective. You're not narrow-minded. You obviously we have all sorts of biases from where we come from, how we do things, and then you're just being thrown into different world where people who are considered to be your peers, you see how different they think from you and how challenging it actually is to work for the common goal. And that's the biggest learning you get from there.
But did you want to pursue MBA at that time? Was it?
Yeah, you remember me. I wanted to do it, but I maybe I didn't ask myself very clearly why I wanted to do it. And like going back in my mind, it was associated with success, and it was considered to be like a helper step that gets you from point one to point B. And traditionally, that's what master is supposed to do. But like we discussed, it's changing fast. You know, nowadays the degree doesn't have as much value as it used to. It's not like you're getting this fancy degree and automatically getting a cool job. And another topic is getting those cool jobs. Is it really what you want? Because I worked in one of those cool companies called Revolut, which is like super high tech, super high growth company. It was a nightmare. I hated every day of working there. It was workload was insane. I didn't feel like I was learning much, even though I was getting used to this insane pace. And that's like the vibe you're getting mostly of. Then you realize why are these companies are so successful, because they they push too hard, too fast, which is probably the fastest way to success. And they are quite bold and innovative in many ways. So I'm saying, like, I wouldn't change anything about my past. It got me where I am right now, and where I am is in a very peaceful state of mind because at least I know right now, I know more about myself. So it's a very good way to learn about yourself, what you like, what you don't like. Now I know that I don't want to work in this high-end corporate firms. And now I know that I need something more that offers better balance. And by better balance, I mean I need more time to focus on my own stuff. Do something like this, maybe something else, get involved in new different projects. Fortunately, I have the experience right now in business to make better judgment calls. And that's what this learning experience in abroad and masters gave me. So I don't know if I answered your question, but
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
yeah, I'd still, you're still young. You can always do it. If I'd say if money isn't an issue, just go ahead and do it. But if it's if you're making this big investment in your future with the hope that okay, I'm gonna do this MBA and then I'm gonna be this and that, from my perspective right now, that's not the best way to do it. Do it in case you get a funding or scholarship, or you just can't afford it in a way that it doesn't take anything out of your financial freedom.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Like my personal experience was also to deep dive into what I want and pursue that. For our listeners, so whoever is working for, looking for an advice or just is stuck or lost on their path, this might be very interesting, like the case, the path you went through, and my lesson as well. When I graduated from high school, from college, like university, it's as it's called in Georgia. I had this kind of dilemma that whether to pursue what I wanted or to just continue working and climbing on that career ladder. And I was learning liberal arts, and I was so much into
Are you talking about your time in
arts.
Germany right now, or
No,
okay.
time after that actually, but we can also talk about that in a bit later. And I made the decision to go for corporate world. And if I were, if I could tell something to myself at that time, I would just tell myself to do whatever I wanted. And it was to pursue something in arts and literature. I'm very okay to what I am now and where I am now because I have made my peace with it. But the most precious thing that you can do to yourself is just, if you know you want something, just go for it. So, yeah.
Without thinking about any consequences.
If you know what you want,
that's the hard part. Like, how do you know? Like, that's one of the things that we're trying to understand and make our younger audience help understand. Like, how do you have any, by the way, any advice on how to understand what you really want?
Really, I mean, that is a question that even kept philosophers busy for a long time.
Yeah. That's really hard.
I do have some advice.
What's your approach? At least how to do that?
The least you can do is ask questions and try to answer them, and also be curious about certain things and try out as many things as you can.
Exactly.
There are people who are very blessed to know what they want from the beginning. Like I took this pottery classes, and my my teacher was someone who worked on Georgian red clay, and it was kind of something that she breathed. Like it was her
was never a
life.
question for
there was
her.
never a question for her to be something else. Yeah, she was a sculptor who worked on a red clay. That's it. And it's really, really amazing and really magical, but not all people are blessed like that. I also was someone who was like good at both technical and humanities,
like the mix
maths
of
and literature. Yeah, and I always was kind of lost what to do, what to pursue. So the least you can do is try to answer that question. Like for example, if you had all the money in the world and if you had all the time in the world, what would you do? Like, what would your day look like? And try to answer that question and do the things that you would actually do in your free time, like would actually enjoy.
Can't say that in podcast.
Why not?
What I would do if I had all the time and all the money.
Yeah.
No,
what
I
would
can't say
you-
that.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
No, that's just in jokes aside. Yeah.
I mean, I completely understand what you mean. It's that has been my case all my life. The biggest question is what I want to do with my life. I get this weird feeling sometimes, even like these unrealistic scenarios. Even if I think in my mind, if I had everything, what would I be doing? And I don't have any single answer to it. I'm still going, sideways, doing this and that, and I realize that I'm that kind of person. I need to switch from one subject to another, and I need to. I'm this versatile person that enjoys doing many different things, and doesn't necessarily goes into that much of a deeper level. I'm only learning the surface stuff of many different things. It's not great if you're pursuing something specific.
I mean, if you're happy about it, why not? Like, it really comes down to answering a question right now. Are you comfortable with who you are and what you're doing?
That's a very
Right
good
now,
question.
just right now, not in the future.
I think I'm more or less comfortable with
that's it.
myself, but I have this weird tingling feeling that I'm either underachiever or I'm not doing my best. Like
Yeah,
that side of me is always with me. So that's a tough one. Like you always feel that you should be doing. You're always questioning what you're doing is best for you or not. It's not just about feelings.
Yeah,
You
of
also have
course.
this, like you said, purpose, right? It's very important. So how do you find that purpose? You're always looking. You're always searching, and you're always experiencing new stuff, which is like a never-ending chasing high, right? We can call it like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's an end. That's why it's kind of tough to.
I don't know either. And I think no one knows. Like, you could find something and hold on to it, but you can also just move forward with trying different things. But I think it's very personal. Like, it could come down to why you have this anxiety to always drive this thing. Like, why
Oh.
do you want these new things? What does that mean for you? Like,
Yeah.
and it's deep personal. Like, it's different for every other person. Yeah, like
I mean,
it's different for me.
Feels
Different.
like
Knowing,
we're on
for
the therapy
example-
session.
At least knowing what you don't like is already a good start.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
trying out other things, mixing up.
Do you know, Rezi, what you don't like?
Oh, don't like so many things.
But like, do you know one profession that you would never pursue or
One
do?
profession that I would never pursue. I guess that would be something that is with the physical work. That's,
yeah, you're not very
That's
physical.
something that I just cannot do. So I would never pursue that.
Oh,
Doesn't
basically, he
matter
just doesn't want
how
to be
much
laborer.
it pays, doesn't
You know?
matter
Yeah.
what it is, but I just
strange.
won't be able
We
to
all
do
want
that.
the less physical load in the job, I guess.
And you
Well,
asked
you do understand what I mean.
yeah. I'm just kidding.
you asked him.
What's
Like
the one
you-
job
you
he doesn't
was-
want to do?
Yeah, you used word profession and job, but I'm emphasizing to look for what you want to do. What is something that you enjoy doing? It probably won't say how much it pays. Like if I say that I like
Exactly. It doesn't
drawing.
come into your mind.
Yes. First,
That'll be the last thing.
the first thing that you need to do is just find something that gives you that pleasure and that curiosity. Like
Even if it doesn't pay you anything?
exactly
That's
because
hobby, right?
yeah, you're what we
Like
have
red
been
pottery
doing.
clay.
Yeah,
I think we
what
should
we
ask
have
her
been
to
doing
this podcast.
is like going backwards. Like we know which is the highest paid job, and we want it just because it's high paying job. But what if we just try to find what we enjoy doing and make
Make a
our
career
lives
out of
around
it.
it? Yeah, because I know there are people like who have never questioned things they have been doing, and they have been successful because of that.
I mean, it's funny that we're talking about this right now because I've seen arguments on the both sides, whether you should follow your passion or whether you should just become a robot for a while and develop high-paying skills. That's Scott Galloway. Like he's telling you that most billionaires give the worst worst advices, which is like to follow your passion. Like I'm just arguing
Yeah.
his point, and he's saying that no, if you're young, you should just focus on high-paying skill, and if you master those skills and if you become this highly paid individual, that's where you get to make your dreams come true. I kind of agree that you need a balance.
It starts with why. Why do you want to do that? Like, what are you trying to achieve? If you are trying to have all the money, then yes, of course, he's right. But
even if you don't want to do that, like even if let's say you like something that doesn't pay much money, I don't know, doing that. What was it? Working with red clay.
yeah, pottery class. Yeah.
clay. Whatever. Like that person knows for sure, and I'm assuming she's not a millionaire, right? she's making
not,
living.
but she could be. She could be whatever she wants. Like she's selling her art in UK, and she obviously makes the money, which is enough for her.
Okay, I mean she's a very lucky occasion, I think, because not all people can make a career out of pottery classes. I'm assuming because there has to be limited demand, even though in Georgia it's quite popular.
But what do those people have in common who do make success out of what they love?
They really know what they want to be doing.
Yes, they love what they do, and they know what they want. And as soon as you have doubts, it's just
not for you.
It's just an
that's
end
why
of it.
we ended up in different career paths than our passion. And it's so hard to ask these questions. Like when we were younger, we liked football. Then you realize that you don't have physics for it or the talent, and then you want to do something else. All right, we can wrap this thing up because we went on a more philosophical level in this discussion. Just to give the quick summary and what would be your advice to young people and maybe to Nutsa 10 years ago?
Well, analyzing
doesn't have
what,
to be a great advice. Just
yeah, it's just an advice. Like every advice is just an advice, but might be great for some people. We live in an era where AI is taking over our jobs and creating this amazing stuff. And I think if we look at the future, authenticity is something that will be very valued. and that human connection
That's
that
what
we
I've been
have.
talking about. That's why I'm being so authentic in our podcast. Like, stop. I don't know.
Why?
I'm
What
just
about
going
me?
with my
I mean-
gut. I mean, let me be myself, right? Okay, because
Yeah,
it's very
and-
valuable nowadays.
If you want to keep that, if you want to be player somewhere, like if you want to have a role in that future, or just have a simple future, you need to know what you want, and you need to know what you love, and the least thing that you can do is just start by finding out. And there are a lot of ways to find what you love, and if you won't, that's okay as well. But you need
Keep
to start
looking.
accepting the moment, like what you're working on now, what you are looking for now, and why is that happening. And yeah, I really, really think that that is something that contributes to you being authentic yourself. And that's something that works kind of like a magic, like connecting with each other and yeah, having this very deep, meaningful connections and discussions.
Yeah, it's a hard but very useful advice, I would say, Nutsa. It's been so much pleasure to talk to you. Even though I was
Likewise.
going for more like a different vibe.
I mean,
and
we started with the estrogen and
Yeah, and the time flew so fast.
and we broke the party with this deep conversations. So maybe that's something you brought to our podcast, something new. And I thank you for that. And those of you watching us, take Nutsa's advices very seriously. Like I said, she's a very intelligent woman. And
Come on.
had to say this again. I'm sorry. Don't forget to
She's a
subscribe
special
our channel.
woman.
Like I'm doing a fucking CTA here. Subscribe our channel. It's chaotic, but we like to believe that we're bringing some value to you. And see you next episode. It's a teaser. It's gonna be another woman. Okay, I don't want to say anything bad anymore. It's just gonna be a good
You're
episode.
spoiling it.
Yeah, cool. Thanks so much, everyone.